Hi, my name is Emily Iannelli, and I'm going to be talking about a very serious topic that pains me. First, before I start to read how I feel, I want to offer up a moment of silence for the 12-year-old girl from Georgia. Her name was Katelyn Nichole Davis. May she rest in peace. The tragedy of Katelyn Nichole Davis. This is not supposed to happen. Clearly, there was something deeply wrong happening in this young girl's life. She used social media to share her life, and tragically, her suicide that streamed live as she apologized for what she was planning to do. She seemingly was convinced that this was what she had to do. She had streamed earlier videos discussing her life experiences as a young girl. It seemed she was bearing a dark secret that sadly led her to the dark path she took. It was found out that she was being abused sexually by a family member that traumatized her and completely destroyed her self-image and self-esteem. She was definitely trying to communicate her pain, but no one could see it or help her. I don't know this poor girl other than learning of her tragic death by suicide that came up on my Facebook feed. After I read the post, I searched for her on the internet, and you could see there were articles and videos in many variations on all social media outlets, including Facebook and YouTube. I hold Facebook to blame for not taking this video streaming live seriously, and the viewers who were witnessing it and not trying to reach out to someone to get this poor girl the help she needed. The girl set up a camera in her backyard facing a tree, and she wrapped rope around the branch, ensuring it was tight enough as she was hysterically crying and apologizing to her family and friends as she propped herself on a pail. The video duration of the live streaming was about 42 minutes, where half the video was attributed to her discussion of her pain and her plan and setting the tragic anticipated suicide. In reports I read, the video showed herself strangled to death as she cried her last apology, as she dangled for the duration of the video, which is approximately another 20 minutes. Anyone who watched the video in its entirety saw this girl was in distress and crying for help and was deeply troubled and desperate. I did not watch the video, nor do I wish to, out of respect for this poor girl and her family. But I did watch some of her earlier videos to try to understand her situation and reaching out for help. And I feel her family, her friends, the social media, and the system failed this poor girl. I am so deeply heartbroken for this girl, as there was no one she could speak to or get the help she needed. She clearly was distressed in earlier videos, and I am very upset that Facebook and YouTube kept airing her suicide video, and YouTube still airs her unfortunate suicide in all different variations of length, including the original length video. I feel it is completely insensitive to this poor girl and her family, as this poor girl is already dead and no one was there to help her as she was crying for help. I feel truly heartbroken about a girl I never met or heard of until this reported tragedy hit my Facebook feed. And then I found her on the web. As I said earlier, this should never have happened. And it's made me realize there are lots of vulnerable youth who need to be heard and listened to if they are desperate and in need of help. I'm sorry, but I'm very emotional about this. Katelyn's death could have been avoided if she reached out to suicide hotline, but we will never know what was going on in her head, as she truly was traumatized by sexual abuse, which I certainly do not want to diminish the importance of that playing a major role in her decision to tragically take her life. I pray for her eternal peace, and that other girls take a lesson from this tragedy, that if they are sexually abused, they should reach out for help and don't blame themselves, and they realize their life is important and precious, as was Katelyn's. But sadly, it was not evident to her, and she felt suicide was sadly her only way out. I cry for her, and I demand that Facebook and YouTube take down the suicide videos and other social media outlets who keep airing this tragic video. Katelyn was 12 years old. She was a beautiful young girl. She had so much to live for, yet her life was destroyed by sexual abuse. And here's a picture of this young lady. As you can see, she was a beautiful young lady who tragically took her life. And I wrote this as I was grappling and trying to make sense of something that I just couldn't make sense with. I pray for her. I pray for her eternal peace. And I know she's in a better place. God bless you, Katelyn Nichole Davis. You are no longer in pain, but you are missed. And though I never had the good fortune of meeting you, I wished I was able to do something to help you. I am sorry that you had to go this way. Suicide has impacted me in my life. So that's why I was very haunted by this young girl's suicide, because I lost both my parents to suicide. I just can't imagine a young kid taking their life as she did. It's just so very, very sad. I don't know what else to say, but I pray for the soul of Katelyn Nichole Davis.